Morning everybody, how are you? Today we're doing a Easter bread. It's got a little sweet consistency. So what I'd like to start with is the ingredients. We've got 700 grams of flour, okay? We have 1 egg, we have 15 grams of salt, we have 112 grams of room temperature butter, we have 10 grams of yeast, and we have 10 grams of sugar. Now, the sugar and the yeast in this bread we're going to add together. Okay, you're going to put this in here, give it a little mix, okay, and we're going to get this, let that stand 2-3 minutes, let that yeast activate. Okay, now in here, make a well. Okay, you're going to add an egg. Just going to add that in here. Okay, I'm going to add my salt. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a little mix. Okay, so this has been a couple of minutes. Okay, this is the 325 milliliters of sugar, yeast, and milk. I'm going to pour this in here like this. Make sure it's all done. Whoops, very good. Then I'm going to give this a knead. All right, I'll bring this together, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my mixer. Okay, now you guys, if you don't have one of these mixers, that's fine, no big deal. Just get in there and knead it, and you guys have already made your focaccia bread, and you'll be good to go for this one as well. Okay, so let me go in here, get this done. I'm going to put this in here. Perfect. Make sure we've got everything in. All right. Remember, if you do have one of these machines, clip it in, put the hook in. Let this mix, start slowly, and let this mix 5-6 minutes. We want a nice firm dough. Now I'll be back. Okay, so this is kneaded about 5 minutes. Did that in the machine. Now I've got my room temperature butter. Gets a bit mucky, but that's okay. We'll like that. Okay, and this dough it's quite a bit different to the doughs we've had before, because it's a stiffer type of dough. Okay, so it's really quite firm. So we're going to give this a really good. I'm going to add this to here, and you're going to add this butter to here. Okay, so you can see it's quite mucky. So what you'll do is you'll just bring this together. You might need to add a little bit of flour. I'll just put this here. All right, just might add a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to bring this together, and I'm going to knead it. You're going to do this for another good 5 minutes. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to have a nice dough. If it's a bit mucky, just add a little bit of flour and just gradually build this to a nice, firm, cool dough. Okay. Okay, so how did that go with that kneading? If it gets a bit mucky, like I said, just get a little bit of flour. Okay, and just bring it back together. And you just, like I said, you want to form a nice dough, nice firm dough. Okay, now we are done with this. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put this down, and I'm going to let it rise. So it's going to proof now. So I'll do it like, a couple of hours. All right, and just let it proof, and then we'll come to the next part. Okay, so we're back. So here's the dough. It's you can see it's proof, got twice the size, very nice. Just gonna knock it down. And what I'm gonna do now is cut it in half. There we go. Now, there's a couple things you can do here. You can make 3 strands, or you can make 5 strands. And there's a video, the next part we'll show you how to do the 3 strands, and I've got instructions for the 5 strands, so you could try that for a challenge. So what you want to do now is just divvy this in half 3 in thirds like this if you're going to do 3. And if you were going to do 5, you would cut it up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'd have 5 pieces. So then what you do, take your dough, and you're just going to roll this out into nice long braids, and then you're going to braid this together, and I'll show you how to do that. Guys, here's Mrs. Sylvester. She's going to show me how to use what do you call it? Plaiting?
Braiding.
Braiding. That's
braiding.
it. We're going to do some braiding. Here we go. So it's difficult for me. Hi guys. You see, I can't braid my hair. I struggle with it. So we're
Why?
Well,
Why?
I don't have any. I don't have any hair.
Okay.
So we're knocking this down. Okay, and Mrs. Sylvester, she's going to, hopefully we're both in this video.
Okay, we're doing it fairly tight.
Yep, nice and tight, and just braid it. And I'm going to roll these out.
Regular braid. Do we want to try and make the ends both tapered so it looks more loafy?
Yeah, more
Let's
loafy's
do that.
good. I love
Let's
loafy.
do that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys, that was it. Shall we do another?
Should we do another one?
Let's do
Yes,
another.
we will.
Let's do another demonstration.
Another demonstration. Here we go. I'm going to kind of roll these out.
Okay, ready?
Now you've noticed, here we go. So you can get your siblings to come and do this as well. All right?
Okay, the shape will change slightly once it's baked, once it rises again. But generally,
There's one.
here's our loafy.
There's our loafy. Beautiful.
Okay, a little glue
A little
to
glue,
hold everything together at the end.
which is egg wash, egg and milk.
We're gonna glue that up. Shape it a little bit nicely. Give the whole thing a little brush. Okay, what does this do, Mr. Buck? Chef Buck?
What does
Browns
that do?
it? Does it browns it a little bit nicer?
Yeah,
Rolls
it
all
browns
together?
it, and then we're going to give it one more brush before we bake it, which will be in about an hour when we're going to let it proof a little more.
So we can have another look at the shape of it once it proofs again.
So here's another one. Perfect. Look at that.
Beauty.
Et voila.
Beauty.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to divide
Same.
this into
Here's the
3.
start. We're gonna glue the front end first.
Fun.
Get that all. Oops. Easter's a good time for this because who doesn't like eating bread at Easter,
That's right.
right?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, I'm falling apart.
This bread here, what I like to do, I like to toast it and then have it with jam. I know.
So we hope everyone's having fun out there. Maybe taking over the kitchen duties a little bit, right?
That's the plan, guys. You're going to get videos from me and you need to take over some kitchen duties. Make sure you do it safely, which means you've got to have it nice and clean. You've got to do your mise en place, right? Just like we do in here. And you can show your parents and your siblings
This one
your
here's a
culinary
little.
skills. What's going on there,
This
Mr.
one
West?
here's a little thick.
Little thick?
A little thick. We're just gonna stretch it out a little bit more.
Now you can make one. The first one you can see over there, Mrs. Sylvester did it with 5 strands. And I'll put that on the recipe for you. It's tricky. Not for her, but it's tricky for me.
Well, no, it was tricky for me
Was it
too,
tricky
actually.
for you as
Yeah,
well?
Yeah. It was
Not
a little...
not for very long though, was it?
No.
No. Right, so here we go. Use some glue. Right.
Okay, that first one
Braids.
looked, the first one looked really good. Make yours look like the first one, not this one. This one's a little funky.
Funky's okay though. We're okay with
It's
funky.
a little funky. This one's
We're
a little,
yeah, we're okay with funky.
this one's a little interesting. Okay, here we go. We'll glue things up.
We'll glue things up, just like so. And here we go. Look at that. Jubbly bubbly. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we're going to let this proof. There's one there, and there's one there for you.
Okey-doke.
Perfect.
All right.
That's
Okay,
it.
have fun, guys.
Half an hour. How are you? So all the bread is ready to go. Take the lids, take the tops off. Okay, and then we're going to give it one more egg wash. Okay, just give it a nice liberal egg wash. Okay, and it will go in an oven at 350 degrees for about half an hour, about 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to get this nice glaze on here. All right, and then when we come back, that will all be, you want them into a nice golden brown. Okay, so like I said before, this was the dough I made was a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is I'll give you a recipe of half the amount, so you make 2 loaves instead of 4. Okay. Here's our 5-strand one that Miss Sylvester did. Notice I'm using a lot of egg wash and get it right in there. Okay, so here we go. In the oven, half an hour, golden brown, guys. So we'll let that cool down for a couple of minutes. It's nice and hot, and it's beautiful Easter bread. It'll be nice and it will have that beautiful texture. It'll be lovely and sweet. It'll be delicious. So I will see you next time. Great to see everybody. God bless, and I'll see you soon.